Hey y'all, and welcome to the Jump Off. What I do want to say is that I had plans to end this season in a specific way. Clearly it didn't go that way, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So this is my closing Jump Off series episode. Disappointed. That's all I got. I was doing great. Had a good run. I think we made it like 14 episodes. I don't know what it is in me that doing something consistently, doing good, and then just out of nowhere, the slightest, just a speck of dust could come in my path. Everything goes to shambles. Disappointed. So disappointed. I told myself at the beginning of this season, we not doing it. We actually gonna be here, be present, finish the season out, and no matter what, push through and put an episode. A 1 week break, all right. 2 week break, we get a little, 3 weeks, unacceptable. A lot of these episodes in this season in particular, I filmed that morning before posting, or the day before, or found in the archives and was editing them up into the wire. That's why a lot of them weren't posted at 12 on the dot. It was like 12:30 because I was literally procrastinating, doing the last minute thing, editing it when it should have been put out. But I told myself at least I was doing it. Might be a little late, but at least I put it out. I saw it through and I put it out. And I did that for 13, 14 episodes, which is, I think, the format has changed because there's more editing, and the editing isn't even that hard. I was like, oh my gosh, it's the editing it's just sitting at the computer. But it's nothing crazy with editing. Now looking back, in the very beginning when I first started the show, it was literally my iPhone cutting it down to a minute. When Instagram, you can only do a minute. Then it was like maybe 2 minutes. One slide is the actual content. Do a little commercial. The format back then, I had wrote down a whole thing. It was question, this, commercial, that, all in 2 minutes. Now I have the freedom to speak, no commercial, and I'm barely following through. Just disappointed. But it brings me to kind of how I want to close out this season. This is not how I planned to. I actually, on my iPad, had a whole plan. And I did check a lot of those off, but I had this plan to end it and then roll out this new show. That's my problem, which is why I'm in this predicament that I am right now. So I'm at the point where I'm not sure what I want to do with my life. I'm not sure where life is going for me. I don't know, if the goals and purposes and the whatever that I thought were, I don't know. I'm in a very question mark place. Yes, a year ago when I said, oh, I lost my job and I don't know what to do, but there was still some type of focus. Now it's a question mark. Like, do I really want to stay out here in Los Angeles and be in the entertainment industry? Not just be in the entertainment industry, but do I want to live in LA? Where do I want to live? What do I want to do with my life? Like, what is life next? Part of me is like, okay, let's sit down, scrap everything, start fresh, and see if it brings me back to being in the entertainment industry. Here's the thing. Before, in life, I would make a goal, do everything that I needed to do, go all in to make that goal come true. That worked every time. I had a overall goal of like getting to California, going for my dreams, that kind of thing. A few years ago, came out to school here, I'm here, boom. Grinded to the core to get out here to do all this stuff. Why is it that since I've been out here, it's like I don't know that work ethic anymore? I do, like a regular job, but like, what am I doing? I think part of it is that I'm out here by myself. I don't have a tribe. I don't have a support group. I don't have it's me. It's me. That's a big part of it. And then the other part is I don't know what. There's also all of the possibilities that we now have that we didn't have 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or when I started to have these dreams of like, oh yeah, I want to be an actor and all this. Now you can create your own content. But with creating your own content, you got to edit your own content. There's a lot going into it. I don't know. Half mid, a little over midlife crisis. That's where I'm at. I have to figure something out, and I have to make it make sense and click for me. I wanted to talk about anxiety on here. I had an anxiety trip like 3 weekends ago. I had never had that level of anxiety before and don't like it. Didn't like it. But it kind of got me to think, at least for me and how I understand it in my life, is I get real anxious when there's doubt mixed with hope. That's where for me anxiety comes from. I'll think of these like, okay, well maybe this is the goal. Maybe this is my purpose. Maybe this is what's going on. But then I'm just like, then why am I not doing it? Why am I not motivated for it? I can do it. So why am I not doing it? It's not hard in the scheme of the things that I've done and the goals that I've accomplished. So why am I not doing it? That goes back to the motivation thing. So I don't know. What I do know is that I told myself that I am not going to waste away what resources I have access to while I have access to them. I told myself I don't want to look back at my time out here and say I could have, I should have, and I wish I would have. At least for these next few months, I'm challenging myself to just sprint in at least one direction. And if it's not the right direction and my time is up, at least I know I put all of my effort into doing something and using my resources for something. Because at this point, I'm frustrated at myself that I am sitting at the table looking around and there's that comparison, which is another thing I wanted to talk about on here. I'm looking around, people bringing stuff to the table and I'm here standing at the table like, oh shoot, I should have bought a chair. Shoot, I should have bought a plate. I should have bought some utensils. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. And I had the resources and the means, not the means, but the access to do these things. And I haven't. I've been doing this for I think the past 5 years, which is crazy to me because I look back and I'm like, oh wow, I was actually making a quote unquote show for 5 years. I do sometimes feel like, wow, I probably should not have spilled all of that information on the internet for everybody to see. But then I'm also like, maybe it helps somebody. It has been an interesting journey. I've learned a lot about myself as far as my mental space, connecting with other people that I've had on the show, getting information from them, talking to people, content creation. And do I want to do it? Do I want to continue to do it? I don't know. It's been a journey. And I do, again, want to thank Dustin for telling me to just do this. Because the few people that have been like, oh, I saw the episode on this, and I actually am going through the same thing. That, if nothing else, that and those type of moments are like, wow, I'm not the only one. And I could talk to this with somebody. So that's been really cool. And if nothing else, that's the greatest thing I've gotten out of this. Well, I just want to thank y'all for rocking with me for 5 years. I am still a mess from day one till now. So what growth really have I grown? I'm just kidding. I've grown. I am going to come back in some way, shape, or form with a different installment of something like this, because I do think speaking about our mental health and the things that we deal with by ourselves internally, I think that there should be a space for us to continue to talk about these things. When I get all of that together, I am going to be back. And I promise it won't be years from now. I hope not. So I want to thank you all for supporting me these last 5 years. I wish I had the grand scheme of things to go out on a bang with, but this is true to Janice and how y'all have seen me in these past 5 years. Hopefully this has helped you in some type of way. I just want to pray for y'all and say thank you, and hopefully everything that you're working towards and everything that you've got going on in your life that you want to see in your life come to pass, all of those things come true, and that everything that is for you is going to come to you and it's meant for you, whether it be what we know, what we are thinking about, that and the things that, we blindside us, but they're an exciting surprise. So I wish nothing but blessings for everybody, great mental space, and really just the strength through the hard times, because that's really what it is. Yeah, it's always great to be up, but that strength when things are down and things are rough, that's what it is. So I thank y'all, love y'all, and I'll see y'all soon.